Today we are going to unlock Habit 2 from Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Begin with the end in mind. Now let me ask you, what's the point of climbing the ladder of success if, when you get to the top, you realize it's leaning against the wrong wall? That's exactly what happens when we live without vision, when we let life happen instead of leading it. In this video, I'm going to break down what it really means to begin with the end in mind, how it transforms not just your goals, but your entire life, and the exact steps you can start using today to live with clarity, purpose, and direction. Stay with me, because this habit is the difference between drifting through life and designing the life you truly want. What it really means? So what does it mean to begin with the end in mind? It means every choice, every habit, every effort starts with clarity. It means before you say yes, before you run faster, before you hustle harder, you ask, where am I going? Covey says, begin today with the image of the end of your life as your frame of reference. Sounds heavy, right? But it's actually freeing, because when you know the end, you know what matters now. Let's try Covey's famous exercise. Picture your own funeral. Stay with me. 4 people stand up to speak: a family member, a close friend, a colleague, someone from your community. Now ask, what do I want them to say about me? Do you want to be remembered as someone who worked endless hours but was never there for family? Or as someone who lived with integrity, gave love, and left a mark? Suddenly, the things we chase, titles, money, applause, they don't seem as important. What matters is legacy, who we became, how we lived. That's the power of beginning with the end in mind. Here's the problem. Most people live with a map, not a compass. A map shows you where to go, but only if you know the destination. A compass, it points to true north no matter what. Most of us follow society's map. Go to school, get a job, make money, buy things. But without a compass, without values, without vision, we end up lost, even if we're successful. Habit 2 is your compass. It keeps you aligned with who you want to be, not just where you're told to go. What is the difference between leadership versus management? Think about this. Management is climbing the ladder efficiently. Leadership is making sure the ladder is leaning against the right wall, and too many of us, we're managing our lives without leading them. Habit 2 makes you the leader of your own life. Covey says, don't live by default, live by design. And how do you do that? With a personal mission statement. This is your blueprint, your constitution, your anchor. It doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be true. Examples of this are, my mission is to inspire people through my words and actions, to raise a family filled with love, laughter, and growth, to live with integrity, serve with courage, and leave the world better than I found it. When you write your mission statement, decision-making becomes easier because every choice can be tested against your mission. No mission, you drift. Clear mission, you focus. Let me share a story with you. A man works for decades chasing promotions. He earns money, titles, respect. But one day he looks around and realizes he doesn't even know his kids. He climbed the corporate ladder, but his ladder wasn't against the wall of family. Another man, maybe he doesn't have the biggest job, but his evenings are spent with his children, teaching them, loving them. When they speak of him, they say, he was always there. He shaped us. Now, who was more effective? That's the question Habit 2 forces us to ask. Am I climbing the right ladder? Let's discuss about circle of roles. Covey teaches something powerful here. We live multiple roles. You're not just an employee, you're a parent, a friend, a sibling, a community member, a leader. Habit 2 challenges you to define success in each role. As a parent, What do I want my kids to say about me? As a leader, what do I want my team to feel under my leadership? As a friend, what legacy do I leave in their hearts? When you begin with the end in mind in each role, you stop living reactively. You start living intentionally. Traps to avoid. Here are the 3 traps people fall into when they ignore this habit. 1. Success without fulfillment. They get what they thought they wanted, but feel empty. 2. Busyness without purpose. They run all day but get nowhere. 3. Short-term wins, long-term losses. They sacrifice health, family, and values for temporary gains. Habit 2 protects you from these traps by anchoring you to your vision. Practical steps. How to live it. Let's get practical. Here's how to start living habit 2 today. 1. Write your eulogy. Yes, really. Write down what you'd want people to say about you. That's clarity. 2. Draft your mission statement. Start with values. Ask, what matters most to me? 3. Define your roles. Write them down. Parent, professional, friend, citizen. 4. Set goals aligned with vision. Don't just set random targets, set meaningful ones. 5. Visualize daily. Each morning, picture the kind of person you want to be today. 6. Evaluate weekly. Ask, am I climbing the right ladder? Simple, yes. Easy, no. Worth it? Absolutely. Vision gives strength. When life gets tough, vision keeps you going. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream. Steve Jobs had a vision for technology. Mother Teresa had a vision of service. Vision pulls you forward when the road gets hard. Without vision, we coast. With vision, we endure. A conversation with yourself. I want you to ask yourself right now, if my life ended today, what would people remember? Am I living in a way that matches my values? Am I managing my life or leading it? Because the truth is, every day you're writing your legacy. Every choice is part of the story. Habit 2 says, write it with intention. Write it with purpose. Write it with the end in mind. So here's my challenge to you. Don't wait until the end of your life to discover your ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. Don't wait until years pass to realize you chased the wrong things. Stop, right now. Define your vision. Write your mission. Choose your wall. Because once you know the end you're aiming for, the present becomes powerful. Every decision has direction. Every step has purpose. So today, begin with the end in mind. Live your vision, shape your legacy, and lead your life, not by default, but by design. If this video gave you clarity, hit like button. It tells me to make more content like this. Share it with someone who's chasing success, but might be climbing the wrong wall. And don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss the habits and strategies that can completely transform your life. Remember, your future begins today when you choose to begin with the end in mind.